Pfizer has submitted their application to the FDA for emergency use authorization of their bivalent booster. The company tells ABC News they will have millions of doses ready as soon as it's authorized and will be ready to deliver doses in September. I want to bring in pediatrician at Stanford Children's Health and ABC News medical contributor Dr. Alok Patel for more on this. Dr. Patel, how will Pfizer's booster shot help in this stage of the pandemic?
Well, Diane, simply put, it's going to have a targeted effect towards Omicron BA4, BA5, which is now representing at least 90% of active cases right now. So in other words, when you say bivalent, there is some RNA that's encoding for the spike protein for the ancestral strain, the first one we were seeing, and then some RNA encoding for the spike protein for BA4, BA5, similar to what we see every year with the flu vaccine, which is actually quadrivalent, meaning it covers 4 strains.
So what are the next steps for the FDA and Pfizer here?
So basically, Pfizer submitted data for the emergency use authorization. We've talked about this many times over the past 2 years. FDA will look at all that data and look to see if that is enough to go ahead and approve this. And there's a lot of talk already because there doesn't seem to be any human data about the neutralizing antibody effect of this specific vaccine. What the data is really comprised of is some clinical data from the BA1 bivalent vaccine and some data in mice, which is usually not sufficient.
Yeah, mice are not small people, as I heard over and over again doing my own research. So could the FDA just say, nope, this isn't enough, you do not get authorization?
They absolutely could, Diane. And you know what people are waiting to see is if the FDA is going to say we need some more data, why don't we get some human data? Or at the very least, have the FDA's advisor committee sit down and really go through and comb through this research. I think we're entering a phase slowly where we're going to start looking at what data is really needed for updated mRNA vaccines. We have a long history of understanding the safety, efficacy, and tolerability of different mRNA vaccines. But when there is a new upgrade on a bivalent vaccine, what is the minimum threshold going to be, not only to make sure that it does work and provide a good immune response in humans, but to also build public trust? Because you can't exactly ask millions of people to get yet another booster without giving them the right data to give them the comfort.
So when do you think we could see these vaccines available, if at all? And add into that Moderna is saying they should be filing soon as well. When do you think this all comes around to we can actually get it?
And what we've been told is early to mid-September, and that is all the information that has been made available. I don't want to speculate too much more on what the FDA is going to say, but that I am suspecting that we will at least get an update in early to mid-September. And I think at this point, with regards to boosters in the pandemic, transparency is paramount.
Now, the CDC has also released a breakdown of monkeypox cases by age, gender, race, ethnicity, and by symptoms. So what are your big takeaways from this data, and how helpful do you think it is?
This is incredibly helpful, Diane, and I think this goes back to what we talked about when the CDC said they needed to do an overhaul and get more data out there about ethnicities and who's being affected. So this better helps with not only awareness, but resource allocation. Now, one big thing that stuck out from this data is a nearly 30% breakdown for white, Black, and Hispanic Americans being affected by monkeypox, but that does not show the same type of resource allocation when we see that Black males are less likely to have access to TPOXX, the antiviral medication. That's right there in that data. There's also one graph that shows different symptoms. Yes, we see things like rash, fever, body aches being high up there on the symptom list, but also some rectal symptoms, some symptoms around the anus, and conjunctivitis or red eyes. So it just goes to show people that monkeypox can appear in many different forms.
All right, Dr. Alok Patel, always great to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.